Why'd you stop it? Why'd you break my stride? I thought I was doing pretty good there. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Ain't nothing gonna hold me down. Oh no.
Is it a fun background?
There's stuff going on there. There's Marilyn Monroe.
There's stuff going on.
Marilyn Monroe, more like Marilyn.
Monroe.
Oh my goodness, why would you say that?
Because we watched the documentary and it was lies. Lies.
Yeah, okay, you're a big Marilyn Monroe fan, and I will say this. I'm not, but I am a fan of her.
Is this supposed to be a certain way?
Yeah, wherever that's where you want your mouth to be, where the tape is. Okay, so
He's spoken like a true man. That's where you want your mouth to be, wherever I put the tape.
yeah. Facts. No, but let's get back to Marilyn Monroe for a
Are
second
you
here.
even in the frame?
I'm
Wow, this is a fun little thing we got going on.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Go on.
Here's the thing about Marilyn Monroe. I don't know much
Tell
about
me
her.
about her.
But what I do know about her
What do
is
you
that
know
she's
about
a
her?
fucking icon. And
Agreed.
the way they treated her in that movie was disgusting.
Yeah.
I watched it wanting to see Marilyn Monroe's story, not to see like a slander campaign.
Not to
against
see
Marilyn
a
Monroe.
Spanish girl be a weak little piece of shit on screen for 3 hours.
That's the thing. Like when I thought, okay, I didn't do my research. I don't know Marilyn Monroe's
I know,
story.
and I was,
But
and,
what I do,
and we did watch part of it together, and I was like trying to like not like talk over every single second because I have a tendency to do that. And I was like, I'll just let us both enjoy this movie instead of the whole time being like, that didn't happen, that's not how it happened. But the whole time I wanted to be like, that didn't happen.
So I'll tell you what my thoughts were about when you tell the story of Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
Some people could say she slept her way to the top, but even if you agreed on that, when I imagined her sleeping her way to the top, I thought she fucked JFK, she fucked Joe DiMaggio, she fucked whatever, like a couple other like big people, and I thought she was running through guys. I didn't think guys were running through her. So in my mind, it was her doing it like in a powerful way. Not, and I'm not being like I'm being honest with you right now. Like I'm not just joking around. Like I didn't think it was guys like using her and like, oh yeah, let's give her a fucking movie. I thought she was like, she had her eyes on the prize. She knew what she was doing, and it was like strategic by her. They made her look so weak in that movie as if it was guys running through her. But in my mind, she ran through guys. Now you're a girl that's actually like loves the history of Hollywood. Like, what was it? Which way was it?
I completely agree with you. I think that's the thing. If you're gonna sit there and be like, oh no, she was an angel, this and that, it's like, well, I think it's historically incorrect to say that. But I think she used sex as a tool.
Yeah.
And it got her exactly what she wanted. So it's like, it's kind of weird.
Like she had a good hit list.
Yeah.
It wasn't like something to be ashamed of. It wasn't something to be like.
Yeah, it was the married, most hottest, like successful president was like one on the list.
And then Joe DiMaggio was like a great baseball player who was also
the greatest,
a handsome guy.
and the most eligible bachelor in America.
There's a lot of athletes that aren't also handsome, but he was like one of those guys that's like, he's good looking and great.
Yeah. And it was like, and not only that, but he was in love with her till the day he died. Yeah. And not till the day she died, till the day he died. Every week he would have like a bouquet of roses delivered to her grave.
He died before her?
No, he died after her. Like
How did she die?
Overdose. She did kill herself.
Oh, really?
So this is the whole thing is like,
I didn't watch the end of the movie.
Marilyn Monroe fans will fucking kill me on this one.
Okay.
Because they're like JFK and his people killed her, because they're like, oh, it was his doctor visited the house.
She died before JFK?
But yeah,
because he died young too.
He did, but she died first.
Okay.
Because she did fuck them both. She fucked him and Bobby.
Bobby Kennedy.
But everyone did. So that's the thing. If you fuck JFK, you fucked Bobby, because he was like, if I'm eating, my boys are eating. Like that was his thing, eh?
So it wasn't like he was mad about it. It was just a regular thing.
He would do it on purpose.
Okay.
He's like, oh, I'm fed. Why don't you go fuck one of my friends? So she fucked them all. She fucked the Rat Pack. She fucked everyone. But people say everyone who is involved with the fucking Kennedys ended up fucking dead or whatever. So they're like, there was all this suspicious shit, and the doctor visited her and she thought she was taking this and that. I would love to believe those theories. I don't, because she had committed suicide many times before, or she had tried to, and she said her goodbyes on the phone to people this time as well. And I think this time it just happened because she was fucking and again, it's historic, it's like documented. She was a mess the last few years of life. I'm not saying she wasn't talented. I'm not saying she wasn't an icon. I love her. I truly love her. I love that she was like, I am a fucking superstar, but she was a fucking mess and she did kill herself.
What age did she die at?
Young, 30s.
I'm glad that
wasn't she 33. Wasn't she one of the ones that was like everyone died at 33 or whatever? I think.
Yeah, like it was like her, James Dean.
Yeah, all of them. Yeah.
Live Fast, Die Young.
Yeah, she was one of those. So and she died, but Joe DiMaggio, up until her death, he was like calling her, being like, "I love you, baby," blah, blah. And then every week he would have flowers delivered to her grave. I like that because she also was with the Arthur Miller, the director. They were married for many years, but that was just a thing.
Was that in the movie? Was that the guy fucking her into the carpet?
No.
Remember that? That was like such a scene that I was like, I don't think they needed this one in the movie. They tried to make.
Oh my god! No, that was her sleeping her way to the top. Exactly.
I know, but they tried to make it. They made it
seem like so traumatic weak. And this and that.
They made it seem so weak.
No. Arthur Miller was when she was like, I'm gonna be a housewife and I'm just gonna be with this director who is very like Woody Allen, very like awkward. And then she was like, yes, I'm gonna be this. I'm gonna be his wife and we're gonna live in the country. And then immediately she was like, no, I'm not. I'm a fucking superstar. And then she went back and she's on drugs and she's fucked. And like, obviously they were like, at that point, he's like, who the fuck are you? And it just didn't work. But the whole time, even though her and Joe were married less than a year, Joe was like, oh, I know what you are. Like, he's the superstar as well. Like the whole time he's like, yes. Like he wanted her to be,
less of a slut.
Exactly. But at the same time, he was addicted to her. Like, he was fucking beating the shit out of her and being like, you're my little angel. But also, until the day he died, was like obsessed with her. Like, that is the true, like, Hollywood, like, two icons being like, we need each other, but also can't live with each other. Like, I like their story a lot.
Yeah.
Of course, because I'm damaged. Okay, that's not funny. That's just a weird little my thoughts on women that are famous and being abused by other famous people.
Home and take his day out on you.
If a very rich famous man wants to take his day out on another rich famous woman, I say let them. No, but to me,
that is like an old school thing. Like,
yes,
but it's like that she's an old school woman. You can really take your day out on that woman.
But pizza, it's time for a pizza.
What I'm not understanding right now.
You didn't pay for it?
Is I don't think I paid for that pizza.
Obviously, you ordered it on Uber.
Oh yeah, because the first two we looked at was Papa John's Pizza, and those ones I'm like, I definitely
Does Uber even have my credit card?
No.
Oh right. I've given them $1 billion.
Yeah. No, they know me quite well. I'll probably get rewards for that last order. No, I was thinking because we looked at a couple other ones, and I usually just pay when they come to the door if it's like those, like a regular pizza place. So when he handed it to me, I'm like,
really thought you got away with something there.
I'm like, bro, are you giving me this
You're calling
pizza?
all your friends. You're like, I just got pizza for free. Really, you paid a fucking $14 service charge.
You ever got like a fun freebie off something, like a surprise this or that?
Yeah.
Yeah, what was one?
One time, at my grandma's funeral, we put in money for a vending machine for one pop. And if I'm not mistaken, 4 cans of pop came out.
That's big.
It was pop for me and all the cousins. And then we told everyone about it. We're like, yo, this thing's giving out 4 cans at a time. So someone else bought one. They just got 1 can of pop.
Oh, shit.
And we're
It's a
like,
one
sorry,
time only.
I guess you weren't grandma's favorite.
Yeah. Grandma gave it the old fucking Fonzie.
Yeah.
Hey.
I don't know what that means, but yeah.
Sometimes he would just punch a machine and then like the jukebox would start working
Yeah.
or this or that.
Nice.
But vending machines wise, when my driving school I went to, we had a vending machine in our class, and there was a way to like fuck around with it that you could get an extra thing or like a free, like just. It was just enough that you could like shake it or reach in and like grab like the end of the
Love
candy
that,
bar
yeah.
or whatever. So that was great. But I'm trying to think if I had any great ones at a restaurant.
That was my high school vending machine. You could always tell when it was on the brink of two. It was like every other time it was on the brink.
Give it a
of
little.
Well, because one time a teacher caught us because it was like on the brink of two, and we were like punching the shit out of it. And he's like, "Did you pay for one already?" And we're like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Because there's a laser, and if none falls, it will release another," which is true.
Did you ever want to fuck any of your teachers?
Oh my god, yeah. So
what subject?
And me and Carl and Ben just talked about this because we all went to the same high school. It's the same teacher. He's been fucking killing it since Ben was after. I'm the oldest
Which
out of
Ben?
us three. Head.
Ben's younger than us?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's a year younger, I think. He's
Okay.
90.
Cool.
So it goes me, Ben, and then Carl.
And they all thought the same teacher was the hot guy.
Because he goes, "Was it for you?" I go, "Yeah." And then I looked at Carl. I go, "Same for you?" He goes, "Yeah." Same one teacher at our school has just been fucking making high school girls just come in their pants.
What subject did he
for
teach?
30 years?
Wait, let me guess.
You won't guess, but go ahead.
History.
No.
Yeah.
It's travel and tourism.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
I know, that's why I said that. Because all he would do is he would like travel the world and he'd come back looking like fucking hot as fuck and like tell us about like, so I was bargaining with these people in India. And then all the girls would be like,
Long
literally.
hair? He's,
No. Just like
describe
as
him.
iconically gorgeous as you can get.
if you had to compare him to like a famous movie star, who would he be?
Like Jason Statham with hair.
Okay. So a strong, masculine guy with like a little bit of a dreamboat hair.
Exactly.
I can picture
Like
him.
Colin Farrell, but better looking.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Just like Europeanly gorgeous.
Okay.
So, and he taught sports. So all the jocks loved him because he taught sports and he was like coaching sports. And all the girls loved him because he was just like gorgeous and like interesting. Yeah. But whatever. He still taught high school in Oshawa. So you're not that great. Okay. Why didn't you fuck me?
We had two hot teachers in our school, and
We had a hot girl too.
one of them would like flirt with the boys,
No.
and it was like it was so.
Did she
fun. Like,
ever?
yeah, I'd flirt with her in the hallways all the time. Whenever I passed her, I didn't even have her as a teacher. I would just like throw a comment out with her, and she would respond like in a flirty way, and I'd be like, "This is sick." So that one was great. But then the other one, I tried to flirt with one time when I was like grade 11, and we had a fire drill, and she looked like Katie Holmes, so she was like a cute hot. You know what I mean? Like she wasn't like a. The other one was like just like sexy hot, but this one was like cute hot. So we go out, we get called out for a fire drill. She's out there shivering, and I said, "Hey, miss, I can keep you warm if you want." And she's like, "Excuse me?" And I was like, "Oh, my bad."
What was your follow up?
I think I just like ran away.
What if
But-
she had been like, okay?
I would have just started hugging
You
her.
just started fucking her.
I would've
You
just
just
started-
bend her over and be like, "Here."
I would have cuddled up with her. But the other
That's
girl,
insane to think that would have worked.
Well,
you
the-
think the flirty one would have been like, "Okay."
the flirty one probably would have like doubled down on it to make me kind of scared. Like I don't know, she would have been like, "You don't have the fucking."
Yeah, that's the thing. I did.
You don't have the fucking meat to warm me up, buddy. Something like she would have gave
Yeah.
me. But one time, the flirty one, I remember one time going away for like a school trip or like something like football team was going away, and then she was coming too, and I was like, "Oh, miss, I hope I'm in your room," and she's like, "I hope so too," kind of thing, like one of those ones.
That she was fucking someone.
There was teachers in my high school that fuck students, but she wasn't one of
Nice.
them that I know of.
No one in my high school fucks. That's so annoying, and that I ever heard of. No one in my high school got fucked by a teacher, and we all wanted to. We were all desperate for it. And they
For
were
sure.
like, "You guys are hideous."
One girl teacher fucked a student, And that student, he was like the big bad boy in school. Like,
Was he black?
black guy, yeah.
That's what it always is. Every time you hear of a female teacher fucking a student, in my head, I'm like, it was a black kid and it was a white teacher. And every time it's true.
But this time it was a black teacher.
Oh, I didn't have any black teachers.
Like a thick black English teacher. And she never got fired. So I've already said too much.
Yeah. Okay.
People look up if honestly,
people are gonna use this in court against her.
I'll definitely cut this out of the episode. But
don't. Are you dumb?
No, what I'm about to say.
If you say it's humor, then you can say anything you want. Mm-hmm. So like that's why a lot of
parody law kind of thing.
Yeah, a lot of comics will be like, I don't care if I talk about like doing coke and stuff and like blah blah blah, because if anyone ever wanted to arrest me, I could always be like, no, it was for the bit. And it is a law. But that's really funny that if you like murder a guy and at the end you're like, gotcha. And then the judge, you're like, no, it was like for the bit. Like it was a really funny punchline.
I see. I want to believe you that that's a thing, but
but
knowing that right now there's rappers that are getting arrested for stuff that they said in songs, and it's like that's actually a crime. I feel like
but it's not comedy.
No, it's not. It's not. But I feel like
no, that's not the law.
Okay, we're not. Yeah, for now. But I'm saying, I wouldn't. Seeing that stuff going on around me, I wouldn't be like, yeah, I'm gonna go fucking put the time that I sold drugs in college on my special now, and then hope that it doesn't come back and bite me in the ass, because it's biting people in the ass.
But as of right now, we can still claim humor.
Yeah, right now, this is all
as
jokes.
of right now, if you kill a man and then you say LOL, you can't get charged.
Would you kill someone if you can get away with it?
That's what my ex, who was the comic.
Your ex, who was the comedian that did comedy one time.
He did comedy one time, and he still gives me advice on how to be a comic.
Is he watching? Does he watch your podcast?
I hope he does. I made Bobby Kelly laugh really hard. He called me hilarious like 6 times. But anyways, please keep dishing in the advice.
Nice.
He said he would put this. He said, like we used to do like would you rather's and shit like that. And he's like, I did this one to him. I go, would you, if you were in a stadium and you were doing a special and the punchline to your joke was just taking a gun and killing someone on stage? And it kills. Like, it absolutely kills. I go, would you do it? He's like, of course. He's like, of course I would. So would you do it? And it's just an innocent dead man, but it kills. You never get in trouble for it. Everyone's like, hilarious. Everyone talks about it. Like, oh my God, did you see that special where James just kills a man on stage?
I can safely say I wouldn't do that. Can I say
I would never kill? So you guys, very different. Very different.
Yeah, I know. Because I don't want to think about, like, there's times that I'll put it to you like this.
The smell just reached me.
In stand-up comedy. Yeah, we're going to eat soon. In stand-up comedy, have you ever killed a set? Like, you got all the laughs you wanted, but at the same time you walked off and you're like, I didn't like what I did up there, though. I didn't. So that would be that.
But he was also a psychopath, so I don't think killing someone actually made a difference to him.
No, but either way, I'm saying I have some jokes that I just
but it went to you because you're a good person.
Kudos to me, yeah. But I have some jokes that are just good jokes that I just know work. But if I've told them too many times in a row, I'm like,
if
I don't
you've killed too many men.
So then for me to be doing that in my special, it means that I worked it out on the road. So it means I've gone to small
150
towns.
men before, and a lot of the times when you killed the man, the audience was like, "What the fuck?"
I had to bomb with that a couple of times
you
before it started to work.
With killing a man.
There's sometimes where I did it at open mics, where they're like, "What the hell?"
Brought a crackhead in and killed him, and everyone's like, "I think we have to arrest you now."
Once in a while, I had to just kill a friend, like a colleague, because there was no other audience members there. So I just had to kill another comedian. And sure, that's one less person on the open mic bucket. But at the same time, I'm not going to feel good about it. Yeah. So when I finally do kill that person... So by the time
you get to Madison Square Garden, you have to kill a man and it destroys. Yeah. You're like, You're just thinking about your comic friend. You're thinking about Allie
Well,
that you had to kill.
Well, everyone else is laughing, having a good time about it. I'm thinking in my head, man, was it worth it?
You're just thinking about the 50 dead bodies behind you.
No, of course
and
I
the,
said.
and the times where people are just like clapping like this. What the fuck? Is he actually dead?
Hey, but yeah, then
I really want to
then
know the
that's-
joke.
that's
I
the-
want to know the setup.
that's the end of the special, and then my closing credits is just everyone I murdered on the way to the special. In the arms of an angel.
No one would care at that point though, because it was such a good joke.
They would all think it's just a joke, but I'm
Yep.
like, no, I really killed these people.
No,
They are
you
dead.
really killed like
I actually love
like
that guy.
60 different guys.
I did one at a fucking family party.
Yeah. It was my cousin. They were begging me to do a joke, and I was like, fine.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
I'm like, no, you don't want me.
For
to.
every time, like, so that's actually fun, actually. For every time somebody says, oh, you're a comedian, tell me a joke. All right, I actually have this one I've been working on.
Kill
You do this whole setup, murder them. People around are laughing in the streets because it's funny.
Why did the chicken cross the road and just fucking pop?
Yeah, what would the setup be? It would have to be like one of those Tale as Old as Time setups. That's like
has to
the
be
the ultimate misdirect.
It has to be a huge setup, though.
Knock knock, who's there?
It has to be at least a 20-minute setup to get away
shit.
with killing a man.
We don't have time for that today, but
No, we're not doing it today.
Um,
We're working on it.
we're
We're
working
workshopping it.
we're workshopping. I think we're onto something, guys. Be
All
careful.
the different, and you have to settle on killing him, like mafia style. Like you're slitting his throat. You're strangling him took too long, and the whole time the audience is like.
Yeah. Also, like, there is enough people in the world that want to commit suicide that you could just start up kind of like
Isn't it
a little
funny
something
that
that
so
works
many
for you
people
and
want to
works for
commit
them.
suicide, and then you're like, fine, I'll murder you, and you're like, and they're like, no. You're like, well, then I guess you don't actually want
Yeah,
it.
shit or get off the pot. Anyways, I really do want to eat that pizza. So
Do you? I think we're really on a roll here with some great material. So maybe you're not a real artist and you should kill yourself a la The Menu.
no, whatever you say. I was going for 20 minutes before you.
Did you watch The Menu? If you don't want the lifestyle, kill yourself.
Yeah, pretty much. If you don't want to be the best,
If you don't want to be the best and record a fucking 3-hour-long podcast where your pizza gets cold, maybe you should die.
No, you're talking to the wrong guy. But I do think there's,
You're talking to a guy who would choose death over watching my pizza get cold.
no, but there is some people that I think just want to like do comedy as like a.
Yeah, I hate them. I hate them all. I know so
What do
many
you think?
people.
Finish my sentence since you know what I was gonna say.
As a hobby.
Okay, fair enough. I was gonna say it like as a way to make friends, but yeah, along
Right.
those lines.
You're holding the mic everywhere but here.
I know what I'm doing.
He insisted on no headphones, by the way, and I know I'm going to come in crystal clear because I've been hitting the middle of the mic this whole time. You have been playing fast and loose
I
with the
actually know what I'm
microphone.
doing. Here's the thing about me.
Like, I actually
If
know
I
what I'm doing.
if I do that, I angle my mouth this way so that I talk.
Your
like
lips
this.
aren't big enough
If
to
I talk
angle
like
your
this,
mouth that
I
way.
go, hey, I got another fucking topic for you. If I talk over here, I go, yeah, what's that one?
I've
And
never
if I
seen
go
you
up
make
here, I
these
go-
faces
I go-
before in my
I
life,
go,
so
"Oh,
not true.
I'm very excited to talk about that one, sir.
You've
and you
never
go, "Hey,
angled
madam."
your face in such a way. Okay.
I'm very subtle with the art. That's the thing. People don't understand how it goes, and I do.
Look how far away it is from you right now.
This is angled right towards my mouth. You
This is fun. If I held the mic like this,
It's not
you'd
that far.
be throwing
look.
shit.
Go,
You'd be
go,
throwing
go where
shit.
you just were. Go,
No, fine.
go where you just
ruin
were.
the whole episode.
Prove a point. Put your hand like this. Can you touch it? No. All right. So it's not that.
Obviously, I was
know
exaggerating to prove my point.
I know what I'm doing. We can listen back after,
I can't wait.
and it's pointing the wrong way.
I've had my thumb on the thing.
It'd be
the whole
so
time.
no, but it
Was
would
that the joke was that I was holding it the wrong way, even though I wasn't. That's so funny.
it would be funny if the whole time you were so confident talking about it, and it's like,
But the whole
it's
time,
like, the mic is like upside down.
but I wasn't.
You're at. All right. So, do you want to be funny or do you want to just be
Do
serious?
you want to just lie about how well I'm doing?
Do you want to be funny or do you want to eat pizza?
Oh,
I got two
your
choices.
dick's been out the whole time. Wouldn't it be funny if it was, though?
It actually would.
It would be funny.
It would
The
be
whole
funny.
time I looked down, your dick was just out. When you try them?
I've done it before. It's a
Oh
good,
yeah, that's
it's a good
the
old bit.
greatest bit of all time. Is that my dick's been out this whole time?
Yeah. Okay, so boys, they have fun little games like if I put a circle down here, I get to punch you. If I kick a ball between your legs, I get to punch you. When do girls get to hit each other?
Never. Girls suck.
Do you ever want to punch a girl? You're like, I wish we had games like that.
Well, every day these fucking old ass cunts come into the Four Seasons, and I fantasize about killing them. I just fantasize about punching them down the stairs.
Yeah, no, that's that's not what I'm talking about.
I know.
That's women anger, blah blah blah. What I'm talking about is friend punching.
No. I mean,
Or
maybe
even like when a guy would
when we had our birthday, we're like,
you did birthday beats?
Yeah, but
Did
like
you do,
in the most gentle
if a girl
way.
farts, did you do safety?
I,
ever heard
probably
about
all of this, but I don't know if it's because I had brothers.
So with guys, it's like if you fart, you have to say safety. If you fart and another guy says doorknob first,
I
you
know,
can get-
yeah. But I think it might
tell
be.
me all about it then.
I think it might.
Tell me what it
you have
is.
to touch a doorknob,
Okay, and until then,
you get punched.
okay. So maybe people didn't know that. That's why it's like you can't just, we're not doing a conversation for just me and you. Like it is a show.
Sometimes it feels like you're over explaining.
I don't think everyone in the fucking world knows what doorknob means. I really don't.
I wish everyone in the world watched this podcast and not just both of our cousins. I'm so glad we have one cousin on each side watching this.
Yeah, it's a good start. Get the ball
It's a
rolling.
good start. If more cousins could hop in on this, it would be really
I
helpful.
know. Too bad our grandparents didn't have more sex.
I know, right? We're both Irish. Why don't we have 70 more cousins that are willing to support us?
I have more cousins in Ireland
These assholes.
because my granny's like sisters had more kids.
Yeah,
than they did
they
over
were
here.
more Irish Catholic than your granny who moved to Canada
But then
and
my
stopped
one-
fucking.
My one uncle, that's like my dad's first cousin, I guess you could say. Yeah, my dad's first cousin.
You could say. Also, science says this
You could
as
say-
well.
Also,
Anyone could say this
anyone could
because he
verify
is
this.
the first cousin.
because he is my dad's mom's sister's son. So I guess you could say that.
Yeah.
But he actually did the Irish Catholic way where he has like 5 kids and
Nice.
like they're all close together.
Hell yeah. That is how the Irish do it. They have 12 kids and then like, yeah, 11 are alcoholics.
Yeah.
One's a gay. One's a slut.
One got
one's
touched by a priest. if
One
they're lucky.
got touched by a priest. One becomes a priest.
Yeah, yeah.
One becomes a farmer. Like they get a good spread. The NBA trades happened today.
Talk about it.
I work at the Four Seasons, and we had the San Antonio Rays. I just pulled.
They're called the Spurs. They have a rich tradition too.
The San Antonio Spurs and Scottie Pippen got traded back to the Toronto Maple Leafs, and they sent him a tray of beers.
So they were playing in town and they traded for him? Is that what happened?
So the San Antonio Spurs are here on business. The business is they have a game against the Toronto Maple Leafs. And then after they played the game, the Toronto Maple Leafs was like, hey, that Scottie Pippen character, we think he's really good at basketball. Could we have him? And the Spurs were like, okay, yeah, you can have him. So then one of the Spurs players just lives in Toronto now. And I was in the elevator and someone was like delivering a tray of berries. And they're like, yeah, pretty awkward. He just got traded back. And so like they're all going to leave and he just has to stay here.
One
And I
of
was
the
like,
Spurs players lives in Toronto?
no, I'm telling a funny story. Like I'm getting all the facts wrong. I told you the story already.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to correct it as I go?
But everything else sounded like somewhat right. Like you are
Toronto Maple Leafs,
Yeah,
San
yeah,
Antonio Spurs, Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, but I know. But what you're saying is a team in Toronto, a guy on a team. But then,
So the San Antonio Spurs, correct it?
San Antonio Spurs.
That's the basketball team?
Yeah.
Oh, what was I saying? Oh, I said the Rays. The San Antonio Rays, you said Spurs. Yeah. We're playing the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Raptors.
And their character
Your character
player.
Oh, you said Scottie Pippen, and
their character Scottie Pippen.
It's Jakob Poeltl.
Their players Jakob Poeltl.
Yeah.
They were like, you would be better if you just stayed.
Okay, so I got all that, and I understood all the analogies along the way. But then, who is the guy that the character that lives in Toronto already?
No. They said you're gonna just live in Toronto now. And they said bye.
Okay, because you said a player that already lives in Toronto told them the news, and then I was like trying to think.
Oh yeah, us, the Four Seasons.
You guys are a player on the team.
Maybe
6-man.
We're the 6th man on the team, the Four Seasons.
I'll tell you something about a 6-man. Lou Williams. Have you ever heard of him?
Yeah, he's my best fucking friend.
Okay, so he used to play on the Raptors, and when he was here, he won 6th Man of the Year. Also, Drake made a song about him that year.
Okay.
Because Lou Will, when he was in Toronto, he'd go out on the town a lot. He loved to party and stuff, and he has 2 girlfriends that love each other, and everyone's happy. And he's like, so Drake made a song like, fuck 2 girls like I'm Lou Will, like 6 man like I'm Lou Will. And all of that song, like hyping him up and everything, led him to winning 6th Man of the Year that year. So I do think like sometimes if you just hear a good song. Are there
only 5 people on a basketball team? That's crazy.
So you have 5 starters, and then 6th man is the guy that they bring in to be like, we need some help. Like everyone gets subbed out, but
they must be so tired by the end of the game.
6th man is the next man up. So out of like a 48-minute game, like the top players usually play in the mid 30s. They'll play like 36, 38 minutes a game. If it's like playoffs, they might play like 41 minutes a game.
That's crazy. Good for them. All right, we can eat pizza now.